Hey there, good evening everyone, welcome to another stream. Today some more Commodore 64 goodness, at least I hope. I think there's some interesting games today, some of which were my favorites. Hope everyone's doing great. I've actually had a pretty good day, which means that I actually managed to get some sleep in for once, which is a kind of a rarity, but had a very nice night of sleep, so I feel for, you know, compared to what I usually feel, I feel actually pretty good. So today we do have a beer again. It's been a while, but yeah, now it feels okay. This time it's a from C64. Tempete. I don't know how to pronounce this. I am sorry. Tempete du dessert. I'm pretty sure dessert is. Please, I don't see anything because you're in the. There you go. But yeah, the tempete. I don't know how to actually pronounce it correctly. From a C64. It's a beer from France. I think Comar is the place it came from. I think, which is a place in the northwestern of France, I do believe. Yeah, Comar. You don't like beer, buddy? And it's in the style of a American pale ale, and that can mean that it is on the bitter notes, which I'm not a total fan of, and I'm afraid it is because this one is supposed to be infused with some grapefruit and orange peel, so the zest, so you know that stuff tends to be adding a lot of bitter notes, so we'll see, we'll see. Oh, it's actually very refreshing. It's more on the fruity notes actually. I like this one. Yeah, it's not that bitter as I guess that's more of the IPAs that are truly bitter. The APAs are more mild, more towards the sweet. But seeing that there was grapefruit and orange peel in here, I was kind of scared that it would be out of balance towards the bitter. But no, not the case actually. Very refreshing beer, lovely. Should give Friso his starting treat, I suppose, as well, because that's always what we do. I have been fiddling around a bit with some chat comments. I feel totally lost when I I do that. And Friso, can you just give me a moment here? Get out of here, or I put it away again, you know. But yeah, I have no clue whatsoever as to how to actually work the channel commands and such. So it's still something to learn. And if you want to test something out, then go ahead. You should be able to look up now my Twitter info by doing the exclamation mark Twitter. You should be able to give someone a hug. And I should be, you know, if you do that stuff, you should see me eagerly tell you all the information. Also, like exclamation mark Discord, because yeah, Ben was kind enough to set up a Discord server for me, but I have not actually done anything with it yet. I don't know really how that stuff works. I feel very old right now. But yeah, Friso has his treats. So for today, I want to go ahead through this box, because last week we didn't actually get to this box in the end. The SEGA, what's it called? Mega Mix, which has 5 games on here. It's kind of interesting because this box names what's Dynamite Ducks, and for some reason it has a sticker on here that says due to unforeseen circumstances, Spice Hunter replaced Dynamite Ducks in this collection only. Over here is the sticker. So I'm assuming that's only the case for the Commodore 64 collection. I'm assuming there's the same collection for the other micro PCs back in the day. But yeah, I don't know what those unforeseen circumstances could be. But honestly, I think it's for the better because Spy Hunter is a pretty solid game. Never actually played Dynamite Ducks in general, so also don't know what it's like on the Commodore 64. But yeah, we obviously are not going to figure that out today. Hey there, the Dutch guy, great to have you. Something to make note of, because on Wednesday I was checking, we had some trouble with the delays. on the stream, and it's really ridiculous. If I look at the Twitch stream, it is a delay of about 5 seconds, and YouTube for some reason is like half a minute. I'm not sure why. Because YouTube is set to ultra fast latency, but clearly, if that is ultra fast, yeah, that's no good. I'm not sure what's causing it, so I need to experiment that with that some more. But anyway, yeah, that guy. Hope you are having a good day as well. We are going to try this lot out. So this box features a Wonder Boy game, which is cool. Well, Spy Hunter, of course, which is a good game. Crackdown, which I was never great at, so. Power Blade, which was really an arcade game that I really enjoyed. On the Commodore 64, it's okay, as I remember it. It was one of my more favorite games, and Turbo Outrun. And yeah, I think we shall be starting with some Turbo Outrun, I suppose. Let's play this over here. Not that we. Oh wait, it doesn't actually want to stay there. So the box comes with 4 cassette tapes. So one tape has 2 games on it. Also has a nice manual here. Well, nice, you know, it's a general manual with the different games explained. And is there, I think, actually, yeah. So they even have still the instructions of Dynamite Ducks in here, which is kind of funny. But because they had to replace that game due to unforeseen circumstances, they were nice enough to also include a separate leaflet for just Spy Hunter. Which one is the English version? I don't know which one. Hey there, Amido. Great to have you. Hope you're doing fine today. I also changed the voice in my synthesizer here, so it kind of need to get used to all the names again. But yeah, it doesn't matter for now. We are going to actually load the game here before we take on to run. So let's switch over to the game window over here and load in our first game, which should be, hopefully, Turbo Outrun. Yeah, did I? It's actually rebound. It's a rarity for me back then. Oh wait, I need to actually power it on. Oh, it is powered on, but I have not put my source on S-Video. So let's quickly do that. You know how that goes. Everything at some point has to go wrong somewhere. And I'm bound to forget some things, but S-Video, is it set for Paul? It is. And it should be good now. It should be good now. Yeah, there we go. Outrun. Let's go. Turbo Outrun is... I think the standard Outrun is actually better on the Commodore 64. But the introduction, the music for the loader is very interesting. 0 tape counter and press fire. Roger that. I hate loading back from a previous state. So hopefully we don't have to do that. Let's see if we can actually find some info in the booklet here while the thing loads. Super Wonder Boy, which I think is actually Wonder Boy in Monsterland, if I remember correctly. Crackdown, Turbo Outrun, there we are. But yeah, you don't tell that. I think this is the game where you don't tell that some managed to add some voice samples into the loading thing, which always really impressed me for some reason, because you're just not used to that with the Commodore 64 now, are you? Anyway, let's check if we can actually find some info on the game, although this one is pretty self-explanatory, I suppose. But you know, it's always great to have something during loading times here. Let's see. Yeah, there's manual and automatic. I'll definitely need to set it to automatic. I'm terrible at manual transmissions. Uh, well, I wanted to say in games, but I wouldn't know in real life either. um, how do you manual? We don't want manual. Press once for turbo. Hold down to accelerate. To decelerate. Okay. So is spacebar the turbo or not? Press once. I guess space is turbo. That's not great. Oh wait, that is the Atari SC version. Great. So annoying that they have these like they just have manuals and they put in all the different versions in one in one manual. So that gets kind of confusing. You always have to pay close attention which version you're actually reading. Hey there, Loud Marzi. Awesome to have you. Hope you have a wonderful day today. And yeah, this is the tune with the voice samples, I think. So let's have it play out a bit. Probably I should put it a bit higher, shouldn't I? We don't have any sound at all, do we? Oh, there we go. For some reason it's a bit distorted. I'm not sure if that is just this game. Dutch pancakes are the best pancakes. They are lovely. Yeah, I actually prefer them over the American. Actually prefer them over the American style fluffy things. Which, you know, are still good. I don't know, it sounds a bit distorted. I'm not sure if that is... I don't remember it being this distorted. And quickly... Could just be that the cable is a bit loose as well. I don't know. We should learn as we go on. Yeah, and the voice samples that are in the beginning, like 1, 2, 3, start or something like that. And we have missed it. Yeah, that tends to be the case in Lamazine. Everyone, when you say pancakes, they default to the fluffy ones. Which, yeah, I don't know, man. Those things are more like small cakes. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. So I'm not sure what is going on here. Because I also don't remember this audio being this bad. We're just going to load up and see what happens in the actual game. If it's not, then I need to go behind the PC for a moment and just fix it up, or attempt to at least. But it doesn't sound right, that's for sure. What do we have? There's no actual information on the game itself, which is, you know, the most interesting things. That is German. Let's not read German. Wait, how is it? Because I've butchered French enough as it is already today. So there's different stages. New York, a fairly easy trip through the stage to prepare for the many hazards you face in future stages and a chance to get used to the turbo. I don't actually know how far I got into this game. I don't remember it too fondly. Washington DC, travel through a storm avoiding a police car and various other cars you may encounter. Watch out for the trees. Pittsburgh. Snowstorms hinder your path on this stage, which makes it very tricky to see the corners as you approach them. Turbo away from the police car, but once your gears, but use your gears and brakes until you know the route. Huh? Okay. Low gears help on tight angled corners. And Indianapolis, a nice stage to definitely test your use of the turbo. Yeah. Stage post 1. Oh, so then there's even more stages. Cool. Yeah, it's tricky to see. Just cut right through those corners. Unfortunately, the older racing games don't have that. You know, should you ever brake? Nah, just use your opponents as a bumper. You know, but that usually doesn't work with those older things. Unfortunately, yeah, there's no real info otherwise. But yeah, then there is Chicago, St. Louis, Memphis, Atlantis, Miami, New Orleans, San Antonio, Dallas, Oklahoma City, Denver, Grand Canyon, Los Angeles. Grand Canyon is the one that is not actually a city. But yeah, nice bit of variety there in the courses at least. This sounds better. So maybe it was just a fluke. Was Turbo Outrun? I don't think that was actually an arcade release, was it? I'm not entirely sure. No, it still sounds distorted. Just a moment, as I will just rummage a bit in the back, see if I can fix this up. Be back in just a second. Still not sure. But nothing else I can really do about it for now. Perhaps it wants me to just what do you call it? Restart OBS, but you know, if I do that, then obviously we lose the stream, so I'm not going to do that. Let me just quickly reset the capture card here. Those things can be so fiddly at times, you know. But for now, I think it is what it is. It's not like unbearable. But oh well. Let's see. So Lamazine, you say there was a arcade release of Turbo Outrun. I don't remember it. Which one was then the one that only came to home computers? Was that Outrun Europe? Was that the one? Let's go for automatic. Thank you very much. I do hope that you can actually use the turbo with a button press. Oh, we need to load again. Awesome. Makes sense. Yeah, then that is the one that I was thinking of. So maybe this one won't be as bad. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, there's even if this is not the best outrun game, like it's still there's much worse racing games on the Commodore 64 for sure. We've already unfortunately found a few in past videos. And you know, with Outrun, like the addictiveness of the arcade game or the Sega ports, you know, it's hard to get close to that with underpowered machines. Battle Outrun, which one is that? There was also the Outrun on the Genesis. What was that? Outrun 2049 or something like that, futuristic one, which is actually pretty decent. And you got the later ones as well, like for the consoles, Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. Those on the PS3, Xbox 360. Those are great games. Very fun. And just goes to show that a simple concept can just, you know, it's great pick up and play fun, and doesn't have to have all those bells and whistles on it, which you know can also be fun. I mean, I also enjoyed Gran Turismo and all that, but it's so different. And sometimes you just want a quick race, and then those old Sega scalar games and you know the newer renditions of that, they are so much fun to play. Same with Burnout, I guess. Also one of those amazing modern racing games. Although modern, like when was the last time we got a new Burnout games? That has been a while, I think. Was Paradise actually the last one we got? Or was the one after that? I don't know. I never even played Paradise. It was so online focused. Record the time counter and press fire. Where are we at? Where are we at? We are at 139. Man, there's a lot of loading. Another one of those games that probably I didn't play a whole lot because it is such a long time loading. And probably when you're done with the first stage, you need to load in the next stage again, and then you know, each time. And hopefully this is not one of those games where if you lose on a later stage, but I'm assuming it is, because otherwise they wouldn't ask you to remember what was I saying? Yeah, because they ask you to record it. And Lamazine, yeah, Burnout, for me. Oh yeah, you can use the turbo. Just hitting the button, that's awesome. Lamazine, for the Burnout series, like, I think it peaked at Burnout 3 Takedown. I think that was the best game in the series overall, you know, bringing the most... Well, I wanted to say the most improvements, but I actually think that Burnout 2 over the first one was just the biggest step forward for the series. And Takeout, so Burnout 3 was like the... for me, the best game in the series. Just really good fun, where they kind of perfected the whole concept. And then you got, I think, Revenge, which was basically the third one again, which is not bad, but didn't do a whole lot of new stuff. And then you got Paradise, which to me, you know, it's too online focused, which I wasn't very interested in. So I never actually tried it out. I'm not sure how well the game actually rolls out in single player, if it even has that one. I don't know. It seems like we are overheating here, so I should not press the turbo button anytime soon. So far, this game actually, I don't know what I was thinking, but definitely not this game, because this game is actually really good. This looks amazing. It plays just fine. There is music and there is sound effects. Do let me know, because I didn't actually set the audio back. The audio level. This also sounds fine, so I'm not sure what the deal was with the turbo dub again, I suppose. What the deal was with the distorted audio, but it sounds fine to me now. So maybe it was the cable after all. I did plug it in again, because sometimes there's just too much stress on those cables, and it starts to hang loose a bit. Wow, I just turned Outrun into pinball. Yeah, this music is pretty good. It's nice and catchy, at least. It's not dynamic. Okay, interesting endgame over. That is unfortunate. Yeah, let me turn down the audio a bit, because I have no clue if you can even hear me right now, because the audio was set a bit loud still, I think. I don't know where I actually put it. Go figure. Yeah, -17 is, I think, around the place where I usually set it. So let's try that. But yeah, do let me know if the audio comes through okay. Let's give that another try, because I am enjoying this game quite a bit. It's real nice. And the turbo feature actually does add something to it as well. And it's not too hard to steer. We almost had it first time as well. It's not something that happens to me often. And I actually thought the stages would take a bit longer, but no. This is unfortunately also another outrun where you don't have actually splits, so it's just linear. But, you know, that's not really a bad thing, I don't think. Yeah, it looks absolutely fine. I'm not sure if the weather effects actually do something, apart from obscure your view maybe a little bit, though this rain doesn't matter much at all. It was a very, very short shower there. And I should not forget about the turbo button. Because you seem to be able to use it quite liberally. You can overheat eventually if you use it too much, like right now. I should not press it again. Yeah, the music does reset at the checkpoint, but the music in general is very repetitive. Maybe it was... perhaps it was also done like intentionally, because they couldn't make it play through as you went along. So they made it a bit repetitive, so it wouldn't be as much of a problem. Or as obvious. Please, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm driving here. Let's see if we can actually make it to the next couple of stages this time around. No, Griso! I think he wants to sit on the left. Or he wants more treats. That's also a very, very safe bet, if someone were a betting man or woman. Ooh, that might have been a mistake. I'm not sure if we have enough. Can we actually stop the turbo? No. Ooh, just in time it stopped. Yeah, cats don't make playing games any easier. Ah, man. That was a shame. How about you go sit over there, buddy? let's have another go. I do like this game, so. Does it? Does the music change when you go through a new scene? Oh boy, wow, worst start so far. Holy cow. Seems... No! At this rate, we're definitely not going to the next section of the game. I'm not sure if I ever beat it. Maybe. Is that a police car just now? This? Yeah, it looks like it. Ah, damn it. Oh, that takes a lot of time if you spin out. Oh! This might actually be the best racing game we have found so far on the Commodore 64. Can you please go out of the way? Man, that white car is a big pain in the ass. Is it the fourth stage where the thing, dang it, the time really gets so tight? No, 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 no. Oh, and I can't turbo out of here. Where is the timer actually? I don't know. Okay, hopefully we can make it this time around. This stage seems to give me a lot of trouble. Whoa. There's also no real map or something, so you don't know how long straights will last for. So, you know, that makes it a bit hard to judge when you can safely use the turbo and when not. Well, we kinda have to, because otherwise we're... Can you please get out of the way, Mr. Policeman? Oh crap. Yeah, that was disastrous. So is one of the dials at the bottom the timer? You know, might as well go for the last one, why don't we? Could be, which... Oh, timer is in the top left, now I see it, finally. What sometimes was the case with these older games is that, yeah, you can use automatic transmission, but your high speed would be slightly less. So it actually becomes harder to get to the end. Not sure if that is the case in this one. But I'm just so terrible at using transmissions in general, so, you know, I really prefer it if they can be automatic. Because I'm not really familiar with how transmissions work, so I just don't have that in my system at all. I thought there was also a way to overheat too much where your car would crash, but I guess that's not the case. Maybe that's another game entirely I'm thinking of, where you, if you use it too much, you would actually just come to a standstill, but here you can't use your turbo when it's in the red. Seems to be the only thing that's happening. No, don't you dare push me into the trees. I'm watching out for the trees. It is. Outrun 2 is more easier, you say, Lamazine, with auto. Yes, there are just very few games where I actually try the manual transmission. I'm just... No, don't! Dang it! I timed my turbo use poorly there. And... it'll probably mean another game over. I do love how smooth this one is for the Commodore Racer. Like also the road, how smooth it runs. And no, none of those stupid stripes on the road as well. It's just like looks like a normal road. Ah, dang it, again. Man, that fourth stage. We keep making it. Stop tapes. Yeah, now we need to reset it and rewind it to load it in again. Man, that is kind of annoying. Why would you even use lives like this? Why not just give infinite lives? Because now you have to reload the level that was loaded now. Like you can only play it 3 times. That I don't like. But yeah, let's not do that. Let's move on to a next game here. But this one really cool. And what game did I have set for the next game? Man, YouTube is behind so far. It's ridiculous. Quite annoying, actually. I really need to figure out what's causing that huge delay. Because that makes chatting a bit awkward at times. Anyway, I was checking what game I had set for the next one. Please, oh no. Let's see here. Okay, Blades of Thunder, huh? No, actually. Huh, shouldn't that be Spy Hunter? Did I mess it up? Did I mess it up? Which is always very possible. Yeah, Spy Hunter and Thunderblade are on the same tape. So where is... Where is my Spy Hunter game art here? Let's browse. Or did I, for some reason, just... Oh, it was already set on there. That makes sense. I just did the first one wrong. That's the thing. They both have cars, you know. So, you know, I see car. I see... Oh, that must be the right one. Lovely, lovely. Oh, that's kind of funny, actually. I never noticed this. So this is... That must be very bad, unforeseen circumstances. To have to add a game from your competitor. Because this is a box from Ocean... No, wait. No, this is from US Gold. Yeah, no, never mind. I'm being confused again. As per usual. Is my voice coming through over the audio? Is the audio level in general okay? Please let me know. We got some nice tunage going on. Yeah, it gives you a better impression, you know, of how long you need to wait. That's kind of neat. So some games did that. Most did not, unfortunately. But it makes it nice and easy to follow and just to expect. Like if the timer runs out and stuff is not happening, you know it's been crashing. How to play? Yeah, I figured as much. I'm going to put it a bit lower still. Spy Hunter, I remember liking a lot. On the Commodore 64. I don't remember. Wow, that's really loaded in fast. I think you do need to use the spacebar to use your weapons here, which is kind of a pain. I don't remember that exactly. Key or joy? I want joy. I'm all about joy. Did it start? I think it started. Good evening, Mr. Grimm. Hope you're having a wonderful day. How are you, my friend? Let's change the different port, I suppose. Guess this one needs the port 1. Yeah, there we go. Right? No, do you need to hit? Okay, so probably need to change it back. You need to actually use the keyboard. Let's go. Oh wow, I need to... Oh! I need to get used to the controls a bit again. Yeah, no worries, Mr. Grimm. You can just skim through those. Like they take like 3 hours, but we only actually solve a couple of puzzles because I'm crap at these puzzles. I think these guys you can't destroy. You need to dump them down into the sides there. Here comes our first. There went our first item. So much for that. I think your score actually deducts if you kill innocents, so let's try and avoid that. And yeah, obviously you can't always check out all of the streams because that's quite the time investment. I do want to do it more often if I can. Just having a lot of fun doing these streams, and especially if you want to do more gaming, or you know, aim more towards completing actual games. Oops. Then you know, once a week is a bit too low of a regularity to actually make much headway. Would be nice to you know, have a few different games. Bastard. Throughout the month, not just 11th hour throughout an entire month. Yeah, it would be nice to clear some more games. But on Sundays, I do want to keep the variety on and just check out different games. What the hell happened there? Yeah, am I not following you on Twitch or? I don't think so. I'm so recent on Twitch, but I might want to check that out as well. I love Final Fantasy VI. Once you know what you're doing, it's not too hard of a game, I guess. And it's kind of, you know, it's I kind of love that with those the Final Fantasy games. You can really break those things. Yeah, I should have known. I need to go to the boat. Haven't actually tried any of the pixel remasters, but they look excellent. Like, probably right now the best way to play those games. The only version I had for a long while was the Sony PlayStation 1 version, which was okay. But no, need to go to the boat because now there's gonna be don't other lives. Where was I? I don't remember. Yeah, Gauss monster abilities. You can really break the game with that. What was that? Again, you really need to know what to do, and then you can so easily get some powerful attacks very early on that can pretty much carry you towards your game. Yeah, the PS1 version of Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, that was for a long time the only version I actually owned. And yeah, those loading times, they were crazy. So, you know, even though I had it, I prefer to play it on emulator still. Just the SNES version, which... nothing wrong with the SNES version. But that didn't come out over here, unfortunately. I think I also need to set my deinterlacing pattern differently because I don't know, it seems to be flickering a bit. Whoa. Also with the like the Beastmaster can also kind of break the game. But yeah, if you play that game with the damn it again. If you play that game with some spreadsheets on the side on what to get where and when, then yeah, that game is a total breeze, and most games in the series. To be fair, you know, the earlier games maybe not so much. Final Fantasy V is even worse in that regard, or worse. I actually really like it, where you can just totally break the game. It's just fun. Finally, we got to the boat here. Oh crap. I never used Strago that much. And go for the blue magic. Just such a... I don't know, you know, Final Fantasy VI is really one of those games in this series where all the characters, all the characters have their good things going about it, and there's really not one that is really outmatched. Well, Cyan maybe, because of the way, you know, his abilities work in an active time battle system that is kind of annoying. Oh yeah, those dudes shoot. Yeah, you need to use the spacebar to actually use the weapons. That's kind of annoying. But otherwise, this is a very good port. I'm not getting very far. I used to be able to get at least to the second part of this game. You know, where those annoying helicopters show up as well. And I think the scenery is brown orange yet. One downside of this one is that it gets very quiet. I haven't played the arcade version in quite a while. Yeah, that was a good way to do it back in the day. You just use your big toe to hit that spacebar. That was the old way of doing it. Not so practical now because I just don't have the room. And I know this cat of mine. He will plant himself right on top of it if it's down there. And wreak havoc. Will you please not put me into the trees, Mr. Truck? Dang it, those guys. Those guys. What are those anyway? Like, I always thought they were motorcycles, but I don't think that's actually the case. Again this! What happened? Did that truck drive her out with a bunch of dynamite or something? Wasn't there also? I think I have a man, the bane of my existence. Those guys. A version of Spy Hunter on the PS2, like a 3D version. I think I have it, but I don't remember actually playing it. I probably did, but every time. Just because. Am I dead? No, this is a safe one still. Whoa. Yeah, the blue cars you want to leave alive because they eat up your score. These dudes you want to kill off. Yeah, now we need to go for the boat. Right? Not here yet? There we go. It's gonna place me right in front of the gap on the bridge, isn't it? Oh wait, no, it's scrolling past it. Thank you. But look how much time this eats. Always found this like a very weird. Holy crap! How far are we going? Are we coming back or oh? Thanks. Now we're out of time. Jeez. And I think there was also a Spy Hunter on the Master System that also had like you could transform into a helicopter. I think, if I remember correctly. My cousin used to have that, I think, or was the Mega Drive? I don't remember. But yeah, this life system's always been a bit weird to me. Where you just have some lives or just a timer going off, and yeah, if we press space, we no, must be another. Because this is the oil slick, so maybe it's the O, or I don't remember. Must be in the instructions. And those things aren't necessarily that important, except for the missile that just went off, because the missile is, I think, the only way you can get rid of the helicopter that'll come your way eventually, and they are really annoying to deal with. But yeah, it's a real weird life system where you can kind of have a perfect game and then run out of lives and or time, and then the moment you run out of time and you crash, game over. Or well, crashing the second time. Can you use the second? Then you need it in port 1, right? Well, I'm not. It's not like I'm really needing it, but and you know, the oil and the smoke screen. At least in this version, you don't have too much use for it. Like, you don't get chased by something that's coming from behind too often, where they pose a threat. Maybe later on, where I never got to. But I never. The helicopter, those things were just annoying to deal with. Look who's back! Our old buddy! Hey there, Ginger Hippie Gaming. Hope you are having a great day. Yeah, this is a amazing game. I love Spy Hunter. And the Commodore 64 is just a great conversion. It's just fun. I do wish there was some music. Oh, you blew up my weapon, you bastard. Come back here, you. Oh, not like this, they're not. As per usual, Seb's skill are showing through in full display. And you know, with skill I mean the lack thereof. Yeah, I haven't played the arcade version in a really long while, so I'm not sure how the arcade does with music, but it always seems very strange to me that the game starts out with music and then it just stops. Can I get in there? I couldn't get in there. Don't make an innuendo out of that one. Also, this joystick isn't too great for this game. I think it's not the best joystick. But at least it's kind of silent, you know, compared to the other ones. And the one other one I have is, you know, not the best anyway. It's kind of knackered over the years. Really should look out for a better joystick at some point. But yeah, those good joysticks are actually quite expensive. So I don't really know which one to go for and which one I should trust. And yeah, this is the joystick I'm using right now. It doesn't have micro switches. It's very flimsy, and it doesn't have a lot of travel, which in this case makes it kind of difficult because you are at the extreme end really fast. So you know it can be very fiddly like that. And the other one is, I think it's a quick shot to the other one. It's in the background there. I'll show that in just a bit. Which was the joystick I used the most back in the day. And I think this one I'm using is actually the one I got from my uncle when he gave me his Commodore 64 stuff. So, you know, it's definitely not new either. Well, that's great help, Mr. Truck. Thank you. Thank you for driving my weapons straight into the trees there. And yeah, now we are in the second part. It's not red, it's not brown, it's yellow. And there comes the helicopters. And the only way to deal with them at the moment is just to have them go off screen. Dang it! Oh, we still get another life? I thought we were done for. Oh no, you don't. Oh no, you don't. No, I do it myself. Dang it! Yeah. So many joysticks that there were. Why is my game screen actually very light? But on the stream it looks okay. Kind of weird. Anyway, let's quickly go for the full screen bit here so you can better see this joystick that I'm using. This is the quick shot. This is the quick shot one, I suppose. This one, but yeah, it's very, you know, very little travel on that thing. Buttons are very but the one good thing about it is that it's completely silent for the most part. And this is the one I mainly used in the past, and this is the super supercharger there. And that has some, you know, cheap micro switches, but it's very loud, so that's why I don't want to use it. And you know, it has seen better days in general. And yeah, you can put it on the desk as well. It's always nice for some relaxation. Generally speaking, I always use it. Those those joysticks on my lap. Don't you dare. Let's go for the next game, which is Thunderblade. I did not know this, but during our gameplay, the tape actually shut down, so it went on running. I should have turned it off. So that's kind of annoying because I think Thunderblade is actually behind Spy Hunter. So now we have to kind of guess where we need to load it from, which is kind of Well, we could try it. It would be best if it's just on the second side, on side B. But I don't think it is. But, because on the cassette, it does say, like, on side A it has Spy Hunter and Thunderblade, and side B has Thunderblade Data. So I think this is one of those cassettes where you need to start on side A and then flip it at some point. But oh well, let's give it a try. Thunderblade was another Sega scalar arcade machine that I really enjoyed. Just really fun because it has different perspectives with, and you're you're actually shooting stuff. You're just not just racing around as a helicopter. Yeah, that was what I'm afraid of. So let's just move it forward, and hopefully we can guess where it is. We just have to get past Spy Hunter basically, so this is gonna take a while. Oh well. And the Commodore 64 version I remember liking pretty well. Doesn't look that great, I think, but it does convert fairly nicely from the arcade, I think. But there are definitely better ports of this game out there. Isn't this also the one which was sponsored by Pepsi for some reason, the Commodore 64 version? Kinda super odd. Or was that the arcade version? I don't know. In one of those versions there is the helipad where it's a Pepsi logo. And let's just wait, I suppose. Wait and see. Is there anything interesting in the manual for Thunderblade? Let's see. Is what loud machine? Sorry, the chat is so behind, so I'm not sure what you are referring to now. Thunderblade, where are you? There you are. Ah, this one actually does say something about the game itself. That's yeah. Oh, the flavor text is always nice. Well, I don't know. I just seem to remember that one of those that I'm not sure if it's even an official one, but I seem to remember that there was a Pepsi logo in one of the helipads where instead of the H, it just had the logo of Pepsi, or maybe the colors that I linked to Pepsi. That could also be the case where it wasn't actually Pepsi, but it just looked like it. But we'll see once this has loaded. Your country is being overrun by the marauding rebel forces of merciless and unforgiving dictator General Swindel's battle-weary troops. Akid? I don't even know what that word means. Akid? Battle-weary troops Akid to the superior government is overthrown. What? Oh, I'm missing a sentence here. Sorry. Reading is not my forte, I suppose. Battle-weary troops Akid to the superior power of the rebels. Sophisticated weaponry. Could be that now it had some info from Spy Hunter, so let's have it go from here. And again. Just keep going, buddy. How about you go a bit further now? Maybe I should just load in Spy Hunter again and we should go from there. That was probably the smarter thing to do, but we'll see. Yeah, let's do that, because this is going to be a disaster just guessing where we are. Sonic, will you just please stay on there? There we go. I should find some more merchandise to litter the place a bit more variety here, but you know, it's kind of hard to find for a decent price. I'm not paying like $50 for a plush. At least not for decoration. Let's wait for the spy hunter thing. Did it take this long the first time? Just our luck. Just watch how the... Oh, there we go. You even have to press space, okay. Whatever. You do you, man. And now we have another tune, at least, to go about. Let's see. USGHQ have summoned you as their last remaining hope to vanquish the enemy using the ultimate flying machine, Thunderblade. An advanced attack helicopter, an experienced veteran of many an aerial campaign, can you accomplish the seemingly impossible? Probably not, but we'll give it our best try. The mission details are outlined to you in various strategical stages. Man. Skyscraper City, Mountain Desert, the River Delta, and Refinery. I think I've ever only made it to the second level, to the part where you have to fly through that canyon and you have to get into the gaps or avoid pillars. I think it was avoid pillars, and it was really difficult for me. US Gold, I actually don't know where they're from. One would assume the US, but I'm not entirely sure. There we go, it loaded, so now, hopefully, oh yeah, this one. Because, you know, it could also be that they just made an English company, US Gold, and, you know, everything from the Americas is better. There we go. This was a smart thing to do. In each sector, you will come up against both ground and air forces, all trying to defend one of their super fortresses, which must be destroyed at all costs. Once the last stronghold has been defeated, you'll deserve a good rest. Well, that's gonna be a long night then. You start the game with 5 reserve helicopters. 2 reserve helicopters for the C64 version. Ah, great, thank you. Already making it tougher on us. The game is over once all of your helicopters have been destroyed, or once the last stronghold has been taken. An extra helicopter is awarded on achieving a predefined number of points. You engage the enemy from both vertical and horizontal viewpoints. That's actually not true. There are no vertical parts, I don't think. It's all no horizontal parts. It's all like vertical, and then it's behind the back kind of view, which is kind of weird. That's, I think, the part that works least in this version. Thunderblade's advanced weaponry system comprises of rapid-fire chain cannons used for aerial targets such as enemy helicopters and airplanes. One quick burst is all that is needed. Straight-line air-to-ground missiles take care of your land and sea enemy targets. Remember though, missiles are not suited for a rapid fire, so accuracy and timing is all primarily important. They also cannot shoot at enemy aircraft, only ground craft. So remember, cannons for air, missiles for ground. Spectre and Amstrad only. Wait, what? CBM users, please note, both cannon and missiles can shoot any target. Oh, actually making our version a bit easier then. I don't remember that, but okay. It's a kind of weird change. Why was that specifically an issue for the Commodore 64 version? Huh. To hit your target on land or sea, position yourself in the direct line with an enemy's vehicle and press fire. Makes sense. And yeah, Commodore for the win indeed. And yeah, then you just have the basic controls. Any special keyboard commands here? Oh, that's if you play with the keyboard. Let's give it a try. I do remember liking this one a lot. Probably should not mess with the tape actually. I'm not sure if this one loads everything in as you go, or if you need to load the different stages. Joystick speed control, what does that mean? I don't know. Let's go. Music on. Yes. How can we start the game? Music on. Great. Joystick speed control. How do we? Is it? Oh wait, it's in controller port 1 still. How about number 2? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see, Pepsi. I wasn't dreaming. And yeah, you can adjust your height, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it looks very crude, but you know, it's still it does what it does well, just to emulate the you know, experience from the arcade. I couldn't fire for some reason. Stray bullet there. The only bullet on screen, and of course I had to collect that bullet. And yeah, this, like, for what it is, the Commodore 64 does a really nice job at catching the looks of the arcade game. This one probably a bit less, because in the arcade game, in the arcade version, you actually have the road. And here there's no road, so sometimes there's just a building straight in the way. Yeah, that didn't go so well. I don't care for my name here, but we did get first place. Awesome! And it's a bit choppy, but it just works really well. Like, even though it's a bit jerky, like the frame rate's not so well, it's fairly playable. I do also really like those the looks of those explosions for some reason. It's super pixelated. I just love it. And the buildings look pretty much like they do in the arcade version as well, which has never looked really great. Like, it's basically a stack of plates, almost. Square plates, yeah, but they kind of look like that in the arcade version as well. Oh, let's... How did I stop there? That was weird. And yeah, when stuff comes on the screen, it's a bit choppy. Frame rate takes a bit of a hit. And you don't have a whole lot of time to actually react to the shots being fired at you. So that can be a bit of an issue, I suppose. Like that, it's only a few... Like once it appears on the screen, it's like immediately in your face, those shots. We should be getting near to the end soon. Which will have us fight a ship, I think, like a warship. And now you can actually go back and forth. Too. This is pretty hard in the arcade version, and I guess more easier now because you can just shoot everything with any shot. But in the arcade version, this is pretty difficult to. You need to really line up and avoid all the shots. But as you can see, even though the leaflet says that there is horizontal shooters, no, there's not. There is vertical shooting, and there is shooting from the back, like a third-person kind of mode. So I'm not sure where what they were on about. Oh come on, I was dead on that one. There we go, finally. I can't go back anymore. And now we can't go back. Oh, you can only go back so much, I guess. Dang. Let's see if we can make it to the second level. Should be possible. It's not too good in shooters in general, but let's try to be more aggressive. And I think if we stay like a bit high on the screen, also especially in the second part, we are a bit safer from enemy fire. Famous last words. Let's see. Way to catch that set. But yeah, probably not the best version out there, but I like it. I've always enjoyed it. I know it gets a lot of flack on the Commodore 64. Please don't scratch my arm up too much. And this is probably the worst bit where it deviates a bit further from the arcade version with just buildings in the middle of the road, and there is not actually a road, just like everything is plonked down at random. Please don't do that. You made me lose. I'm not sure what the speed thing is actually about. Or how you can even adjust that at all. Oh wait, if you keep the button pressed down, then it changes the speed. Okay. Yeah, that's not very handy at all, because the moment you let go, it actually defaults back to the center. So you can either choose to go really fast and not shoot, or slow. Yeah, that seems kind of useless to me. I know I made it to the second stage in the past. Not so sure past that. Yeah, I'm not sure what that sponsorship is about. It seems like so random. So that's also why I slowed down before, where I was wondering what happened, just by accident. And I don't know why I decided to fly directly into that tree. Doesn't seem too helpful. And now I only have one life left for this bit here. You need to be pretty precise on the missiles hit. Like that hit it straight on, right? Come on. I like that as well. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, dang it. Man. I'm not doing so well. As per usual. Yeah, we're Mr. T. In the Petsy copter. Saving our country from this dictator here. I don't know if the Mega Drive, knowing Sega, they usually make really good ports of their own arcade games for their systems. I think the Master System version in particular is quite impressive in how playable it is for an 8-bit system. It didn't like try to do the whole thing right, but I think it actually looks a bit better than this version. Oh come on, I did not hit that. Unfortunately, this is one of those games again where there is no actual sound effects during gameplay whilst the music is playing. I think there is an option to have the sound effects, but usually when there is options between music and sound effects on the Commodore 64, you do want to go for the music. No. Sometimes you can go back and sometimes you can't. It's really kind of weird. No. And we're there again. Man, I can't get past that part. The first attempt was the best attempt. How about that? I know I could make it to the second part. But yeah, that's been years. Just be more aggressive with shooting. But yeah, then eventually you seem to run out. Not bullets, but I don't know. It seems like you have a bit of a cooldown if you spammed it too much. Huh. No. Auto fire would be nice as well. Man, I'm just doing worse and worse as I go. And here we are again. I also don't think there's really a way to avoid everything. Yeah, you're... You know, you'd figure you're a helicopter, so just fly around the freaking ship and go for the critical point on the other end, you know? Not fly over all the things that can actually shoot back. But then again, that would make for a boring game, I suppose. Although, you know, it's a score-based game, so kind of risk-reward. I do like that when games do that, where you also have an easy option, but it ruins your score. At least for those arcade games. Like in later games, obviously, score is not important anymore at all. I'm also not sure why sometimes you can go back and sometimes not. No. Almost. Almost. I want to get to at least level 2. Come on. Yeah, I don't know if you could do that in the arcade. Possibly. Doesn't seem to be the case here. Also, you know, the point of going up and down really is... There's not much use of it, but it's kind of interesting that it's there. Look, I tried to go below it and didn't even work. I remember the second level had much more to dodge in the second stage. Like here you can stay relatively safe on the top, apart from the buildings, but I think in the second stage you actually have to go low at some points to get through some holes in the canyons. You know, so that's really difficult. Kinda annoyed that I keep having these stupid deaths and now I don't even reach the boat. Awesome. Even before the boat. And those helicopter blades from the other choppers, they have a wide hitbox. Concentrate here a bit. Well, that worked out. Jeez. I think I just barely made it past that helicopter. Those blades, they are pretty long. Most sophisticated copter in existence, and you die from everything. I mean, it kind of makes sense. But that's why we don't send in one chopper to get rid of an entire army, now is it? Let's see if I... No, you can't even adjust the speed in this section either. That's so weird. No, 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 no. How are these missiles missing? Oh, that was close. We have got one more life now. No, there's no way to avoid that. I couldn't go more to the left. I couldn't go forward. Probably maybe go backwards. So you really need to take care of all of those things to get past that. Man, that was... I'm disappointed that I can't actually get to where I was as a kid. Let's do one more try. And then we will move on to the next game. Lamazine, have you played this game in the arcades? So I think this was actually one of the first scalar games I played, and it was so impressive. Like just the visual prowess of those things back then. So far so good. First bullet again, huh? Hey there, the Hobby Lodge. Great to have you. How are you doing? We are playing some Commodore 64 games very badly, unfortunately. Great to hear, man. We're currently playing some Thunderblade. And I can't get past this part. I used to be able to when I was younger. But I can't do it anymore. It's pretty tough, and we just read in the manual there's actually quite some gameplay differences between the different microcomputers. Like the Commodore 64 version has less lives than the other versions, but it does allow you to hit everything with either shot, which is kind of weird. But yeah, I love the look of this game. Plays very well. I'm just really bad at it. Okay, we need to get rid of those things. Yeah, now can't go back far enough. Dang it! I'm going to move on to the next game, because otherwise we will be stuck in level 1 the entire evening. Which of course we can't have. I am currently, for the Hobby Lodge, I'm playing through this pack here. The SEGA, it's just while we're waiting here, like the Mega Mix from SEGA and published by US Gold. We've already played through Spy Hunter, which was also on this tape, and what was the first game we had? Turbo Outrun, awesome racing game. And next we shall have some Crackdown, which I remember being really bad at. Not that I was great at this previous game, but yeah, we used to own a lot of these big boxes. And that's like some of these games I know are on the Hit Squad line as well, but I have them in these compilations. For example, another game we will come up through later today is which one was for Hit Squad? The Indiana Jones one, yeah? Indiana Jones, I think, is on Hit Squad. But yeah, the only Hit Squad tape I actually own is the Star Wars one, The Empire Strikes Back, which is a pretty cool game. We checked it out some time ago as well. Nice conversion of the arcade. You don't like Bear Cat, see? You can try all you want, but you will not enjoy it. Crackdown. Crackdown is the game where you need to hunt down those bombs and defuse them and then shoot some dudes in the face whilst you're doing that, or get shot in the face yourself if you're not doing it in time. And it's very, very difficult to, you know, get the line of sight correct, and you have very small window of opportunity to actually shoot someone. If I remember correctly. And yeah, the Hobby Lodge said your collection seems to be going real nice. I'm not sure how many more you need. I saw the spreadsheet and it was already filled up quite nicely. But it's always those final parts in any collection that are the hardest to obtain, isn't it? To actually find them. Again, if you ever decide to hunt down the Kicks collection, I do have a pretty substantial amount of Kicks cassette tapes. We will go over those at some point as well, of course, and test those out and see if they actually still work. But I do want to get rid of all my Commodore 64 games. And when I say I want to get rid of it, it's not like I want to, but it's like, you know, you have to make some decisions sometimes where you have to just get downsize some bits. And I figured, you know, the Commodore 64 stuff, as much as I love it, it's also something that's a big pain in the ass to actually load like this. Although, you know, it's part of the experience, isn't it? But it's also the stuff that will go bad first, I think. Like CDs tend to hold out a bit longer, although, you know, I'm really surprised how good these tapes have held out so far. Only have encountered a few duds so far. I was really expecting like half of my tapes not working anymore. But yeah, so Commodore 64 is just one of those systems I decided to, you know, if I want to play on the real hardware, I'll just load games through SD. That's also a lot faster. But the tapes themselves, yeah, I can't keep collecting everything. I just don't have the space anymore, so I just need to downsize. Need to get rid of the Commodore 64 stuff, and I prefer very much, you know, to trade games, or at least get them to a place where they are appreciated. Rewind cassette side 2, then press play. Okay. You can do that. So I've always been very bad at selling. Display would start automatically. Yeah, that's the most important thing. I'm not good at selling, and prefer that just get a home where they are appreciated, you know, and have these things are meant to be played. So you know, that's great. Or displayed, I suppose, you know. I can imagine like so a full set looks wonderful. Um, kind of differs per game or console as well, doesn't it? Like on the NES, I don't care if it's a loose card for collecting, but if it's a Mega Drive game, I find it very hard to actually pick up a loose card because those clamshells just look so nice on the shelves. They do take up a lot of space, but yeah, it just looks nice. And same with Commodore cassettes, or any of those cassettes. It's kind of nice to just have something to look at on those shelves instead of just a bunch of cassettes or a folder full of CDs. You remember those guys where they have put all their, for example, PlayStation games or even music CDs, and they put it in a giant folder. This takes something away out of the aesthetics of those cases. I didn't even remember this thing had a SID tune here. This tune is way too upbeat for this game. Anyway, let's give it a try. Oh yeah, and I remember you could play this in 2-player, which is actually really cool. You. And there should also be a map button. Oh wait, the map is up there. Ooh, can I actually... bomb? I don't know how to actually read the map anymore. Huh. It seems easier than I actually remember. Oh, there we go. That's one down. And yeah, it's because it's in port 2 now that I'm actually on the right side here. No, I should get in there and defuse the bombs. Where are the bombs? Time's running out, man. True, though, I think in the arcade, this is the exact same. They have this small screen then in the arcade, don't they? I think that's the case. And I think there is a way to pull up the entire map. I just don't... I guess the bombs can be outside. Yeah, we're not gonna make it. There's 2 more bombs. I should have started out better. This is going terrible. We kill him? I guess we did. Hurry up. Yeah, I'll try, man. I'll try. I think in the arcade you also get like a map before you actually start the level to show you like there are the bombs. Timeout. And we did exploding. Let's see, is there... Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. No, I thought you could bring up a bigger map, but apparently not. But yeah, this game was really fun to play with 2 players. Because, you know, those games were kinda rare in the Commodore 64 where you have 2 players simultaneous play. Hey there, Pubit. How are you today? And welcome to the stream. Great to have you. But yeah, spacebar apparently makes it so that the second player will play with the keyboard. Did not intend that. I'm pretty sure if you put a controller in controller port 1, you will actually play as player 1. Man, I'm catching all the bullets. Great to hear, Cupid. Are they in the same spot? Then there should be another one over here, right? Yeah. We did it. We did it. Or didn't we? Oh yeah, then you need to get out of here. I knew you had to get out of there. But yeah, player 2 is gonna die. You actually move. So I don't think we can actually make it in time. Whoops. Oh crap, what did I do? Oh. S is for the sound. Okay. Do we actually have sound effects of you? Yep. Did not know that. As per usual. Yeah, let's just have player 2 die. I thought there was a way to bring up a bigger map, but I guess not. Cat, you do not like beer. You didn't like beer yesterday, you didn't like beer you lost here. You won't like beer next year. You'll never like beer. So can you please stop trying and just, you know, not be in front of my screen? I think in the arcade it's actually a bit tougher to shoot. I think it's a bit faster paced, but Commodore, this version seems a bit slower, so it's a bit, you have a bit more time to get rid of the enemies, and I say that and I just keep getting murdered now. There we go. And the amount of dudes is growing ever so slightly. Where is all the bombs? Yeah, this is what I meant, like you have so little time to react to shots being fired. And you can hug the wall, like you can, you know, to dodge bullets, but by the time you actually see the things heading your way, you're already dead. Still, I think this version, like I'm playing it now, seems to be a bit easier than the arcade version as I remember it. Wow, he shot me off screen. I just don't really know how to find the bombs. There must be some way to make that easier. Now there's one more left. I think the only place we haven't been to is over here in the center. Oh wait, it's down there. It's down there. Don't! Dang it! Time out. Is it now in the same locations? Let's see. Previously in the arcade version, you don't get this continuing from where you left off. I'm actually also not sure if that is because the second player is engaged. You know, it's kind of like in Gauntlet, where you, as long as one player is always alive, you never actually fully have to restart, which makes Gauntlet super difficult to play solo, because, you know, once you are, now we are game over. Okay, that's unfortunate. Oh, the lives are shared, I guess. That makes sense. But yeah, I'm not gonna wait 1.5 more minutes to actually Uh, so, what do I want to say? I wanted to say something, but I forgot. But yeah, let's move on to the next game, which I don't actually remember. Oh, what is this? Side B, isn't it? Excuse me? There we go. Because now we have Super Wonder Boy, and I don't actually remember that on the Commodore 64, what that was like. Now I do have it, but this tape seems a bit. It has taken a beating. Not sure if you can see that, but it is missing the little window there, and it has been taped up. So this thing did get eaten up at some point. It's also a really big tape, which is usually a very bad sign. So I am hoping that it works, because it would be kind of interesting to see what Wonder Boy plays like on the Commodore 64. I just don't remember it at all. And in the meantime, let's well, first I should. In the meantime, let's give Friso a little treat here, because he's been nagging for it all the time. I like the Wonder Boy game, so you know, it would be, I hope it works. I just don't remember playing this. This isn't saying a whole lot for me, honestly. But it might be because the tape at some point got destroyed, which would be unfortunate. But we'll see, we'll see. So far, no good. It's not loading in. It seems to be struggling real bad there. So what I'm guessing is that at one point, well, it found something, but that is not, yeah. Let's give it the back and forth winding. Sometimes that helps a bit. What could be that at one point this tape got eaten up by the tape deck. We kind of put it back together again. But I don't hold out too much hope, unfortunately. It would be a shame. Sometimes this helps, I think. You know, I don't know if it actually helps. It kind of feels like the like the blowing into the cart, but then for the Commodore 64. But who knows? Blowing into a cassette doesn't seem too helpful. Did you drop something? I don't see it. Yeah, I pulled this out, and I actually kind of surprised that there even was a Wonder Boy game. I just didn't even know there was a Wonder Boy on the C64. Yeah, let's give that a try, the Hobby Lodge. Just to wind it all the way forwards, then backwards. Maybe. It would be a shame, because the Wonder Boy, I think this is Super Wonder Boy on the Commodore 64. I think that is a port of Wonder Boy in Monsterland, which is just a fun game. So I was kind of looking forward to giving this a try here. Would be a shame if this one is the one that doesn't work. Again, I had no clue that even existed on the Commodore 64. And that's a tape that I have owned for years. This one is also on the his squad list. Do you have it? Because if you do, then at least I can look forward to it appearing on your channel at some point. Hey there, Cashier. Great to have you. Hope you're doing fine today. And yeah, you're right. It does help a bit blowing on the cart and getting rid of the most dirt. I mean, I kind of get it why you wouldn't want to do it because it does introduce some moisture into the on the pins. So, you know, over the years it can actually deteriorate a bit. But getting some dirt out, which can also make the reading harder, it did work. So, you know, we didn't do it for nothing, that's for sure. Ah, yeah, the Hobby Lodge. You have it, so that's awesome. Then at least get to see it sometime soon. Because I'm not sure if this one is going to work. I do hope so. Otherwise, my collection will lose value. The one cassette not working. Still have not found the one, like we had a past collection where a tape was missing. And I still have not found that tape, and it's so annoying to me because it has some of my favorite games like Buddy on there. So super annoyed by that. And Battleship was on there. So I have no clue where I managed to lose that one. Oh well. Yeah, you know, sometimes these things just work. Something not working, it just gives him a good wallop. Sometimes it just works right, you know. It all that old saying, did you try kicking it? Sometimes that's just all it needs. If at the very least, you know, just to relieve yourself of some stress. Nice to catch you. Great to hear you're doing fine. I'm doing actually pretty good today. Had a nice night of sleep last night, which is a rarity for me, unfortunately, nowadays. So today I'm actually doing pretty well. Actually slept in, which is even rarer nowadays. So yeah, awesome. And yeah, you know, you did what you did to just make things work. And back then we didn't even know better. Moisture was it? I'm blowing in the cart. What's this about moisture, right? I mean, it makes sense now, but back then we didn't care. Which is clear when you actually buy some games from people that they didn't care. The cleaning that you sometimes need to do, right? Uh, I just um, got over some of my PS2 collection, and I was looking at some games that I haven't actually tested out yet, which I got some years back. And man, some of those discs, the state of those, holy crap! It's like they were just placed in grease or something. Yeah, this game is not going to work, unfortunately. So perhaps sometime we also need to do a PS2 or PS1 testing to make sure those discs work, because apparently some of those people, they use those discs as coasters. Yeah, this one is not going to work. And it still has the tape disabled. Awesome. I never blowed in a cassette either. To be fair, never even used the pencil trick, or you know, as they say, the pencil trick. Um, in the West, it actually works better with the big pen. The pencil is basically kind of a bit of a translation thing from Sony and such, because in Japan apparently the pencils are a bit thinner there, so they actually fit, but our pencils, no, thicker, I mean, but our pencils are not. But I just always, you know, if I had to manually remind tape because it got dangled, my fingers were the thing that worked best for me. I didn't need no pen. Yeah, in the US, the floppies were very prominent when it came to the Commodore 64, as I understand it. Over here, they were quite rare, not impossible to find. I mean, I have some floppies, and we did have a disk drive, but cassettes were by far the more used. Yeah, we're not going anywhere with Wonder Boy, I'm afraid. Sonic, stay there. Stay. Stay. Fine, don't stay. You know what? Screw you. You're out of the picture now. We're just going to move on to... Yeah, those disk drives, they were great. You know, they're such an upgrade. Even though, you know, the Commodore 65, Commodore 64, 65, what the heck? The Commodore 64 disk drive is notoriously slow still. But if you're used to cassette tapes, that was like night and day. Going from cassettes to actual discs. Anyway, we are now going for some motion games with the Hollywood collection, which has a couple of games, and the first of which we are going to check out is RoboCop, which is this one. Let's see how that loads, if at all. Hopefully this one works. And in the meantime, let's just quickly show you the box here. So I need to keep track of the actual thing, but yeah, so this is the box we're going to play through now. It has 4 games in it. Has another a nice little write-up on each game on the back. And it comes with 4 cassettes and the manual, of course, and no unforeseen circumstances here. And yeah, the RoboCop version on C64 is notoriously unbeatable because it's you can literally, I think in the second stage, if I remember correctly, you literally don't have enough time to finish it. So you know, you can't actually beat the game. It's I wouldn't say unfinished, it's just not, it just has a bug, which makes it impossible to finish the game. It's real bad. And yeah, pencils do work in the cassette tape, but the thing is that our pencils tend to be a bit thinner, so it's very loose in there, it's hard to get a grip on it. So for our markets, like the big pen is like the ideal size to put in those tapes, but a normal pencil, generally speaking, is too thin. And a lot of manuals of tape decks said to use a pencil, but those were translations. Like a Philips tape deck never has that in any manual because it's a Western company. They don't have that in the manual, but a Sony tape deck might. Oh, is that why they put the time limit in there? Just to disguise their unfinished state of the rest of the game. I mean, that is first of all very, very how do you say that? well, let's just use kids language here because that's at least something I know. Bad. They are a bad person for doing that. But yeah, that's one way to avoid it, I suppose. There were, even back then, there were some time crunches, I suppose. Is there anything interesting in the manual? It's kind of interesting, the manual has some coloring. Like it's not just black and white. RoboCop. Let's see if there's some flavor text. Because that's always nice to go over. Let's get my loop out. RoboCop. Patrolman Murphy was the 32nd cop to be gunned down in Detroit since Security Concepts Inc. took control of the police department. It was the opportunity OCP has been waiting for. They took what was left of Murphy and turned him into a deadly killing machine with a reinforced titanium body and erased his memory and a programmed mind. An erased memory and a programmed mind. However, they could not completely wipe out memory of his horrific ordeal, and he sets out to track down the gang responsible. In this game, you are RoboCop. You are the future of law enforcement. Awesome. The blurb on the back here. I love the ocean loaders, by the way. They tend to have some really cool music on their loaders. Very upbeat and such. Take on the role of Avenging Angel. There's a lot of things I associate with RoboCop, but an Avenging Angel is not one of them. But well. Take on the role of Avenging Angel as you meet. What's this word? Mete out rough justice to the perpetrators of evil and lawlessness. Some of the most exciting scenes ever to fill a computer screen confront you. The future is here and now when you take up this challenge. Part man, part machine. All cop. This person who wrote this little blurb actually knew what RoboCop was. This is also one of those games. Let me quickly show you. The future is here. Let me quickly show. This is one of those compilations also where they used screenshots from, I think, the Amiga version on their Commodore 64 box. Always found it a bit shady, and it doesn't say that. The text above it is a copyright of Columbia Pictures. Which is actually nothing to do with the screenshot, but whatever. But yeah, let's try it out. I never actually noticed that this game was not complete either. I think Ramazin said that, but that's basically because I never actually got past the second level in general. Like, I didn't ever even get close to the ending of that stage. I think I was able to complete the first stage. I'm just gonna... Can you actually get up the stairs? I don't remember. On the NES, I know there is also the second... that was fast. That was a new record, I'm sure. Like Ocean also had Robocop 2, which was really kind of bad. Because it was nearly impossible to actually control. I know why I had so much trouble with this game again. Those bullets, they are impossible for me to see. They blend in with the background way too much. I know I got to the end when I was younger, where you have the little hostage situation and you need to shoot the perp. Man, I haven't seen Robocop in ages. Need to get back into that at some point again. Robocop movies are awesome. Although maybe not the new one they made. I don't know. I have not seen that. Is that any good, guys? Have anyone seen it? But the free original ones. Yeah, I love those, especially the first two. I thought were excellent. But I haven't seen them in ages, and you know, it's one of the advantages when your memory goes kaput. Because that means that you can enjoy all those movies once more, and you know, it's all new. Hey there, Randy! How are you today? Welcome to our stream today, which we are showing off some really poor skills in gaming. Yeah, these bullets, they are... I have a hard time seeing these bullets, which makes it kind of impossible to get good. This is life, right? Where is it? Oh, your life is on the top right, I think. Energy. So yeah, as I said, I never noticed that this game doesn't actually... is impossible to finish because I never got that far. Although I am really sure that I was able to at least get to the end of this stage with where you have to shoot the perp in the hostage situation. Very true, Cashier, that, you know, it was a parody of a lot of things, actually, you know. I don't know, did that actually go past people? I mean, there might be more of an issue more in the US. You know, where they can feel actually being targeted if you read that movie wrong. Here I don't remember that being much of an issue at all. Everyone just loved it. But you know, of course, people also kind of maybe love it because it's fun to take the piss out of another country, I suppose. But I never really read it as yeah, as anything else, as parody, as like an exaggeration of like, you know, capitalism and the police state, basically. I've never actually played the Spectrum version. I am so limited on my knowledge on Spectrum, and I have so very little experience with it. Spectrum wasn't big here in the Netherlands. Some people had it, but none of the people I actually knew. Over here, the Commodore was big, the MSX was big, and Atari was pretty big. Wow, worst try yet. I really want to get into the Spectrums at some point, and like the Spectrum Next. It's kind of a shame that I learned about the Spectrum Next only very late. So you know, it's Gotta wait for a new round, I suppose, but that seems like a perfect way to actually, you know, get introduced to some Spectrum goodness. And yeah, I'm not getting far in this. Oh, you have auto fire. Oh wait, this might help a bit. I can't shoot it. Okay. This is not helping me at all. Let's do the next game. Yeah, Starship Troopers, another one of those examples that's just a big parody. Also an awesome movie, by the way. Yeah, I just love my Commodore. But Spectrum and Amstrad, they weren't as big here. Amstrad I do have some experience with, but only very mild. Basically through the Amstrad GX 4000, which I do own. Not very many games of, unfortunately, because those games are really hard to come by here. But Burning River is an awesome game. But yeah, that was Robocop. And I really sucked at this one. Which one was next? Oh, Batman. Batman is actually a game I showcased on my channel before. Batman the movie. And of course, this was one of my favorite ones, so obviously this one isn't rewound. But yeah, I loved the Batman game on the Commodore 64. It was a fun game. Nice little variety. Here it really sucks by introducing because they have the screenshot of a level that's not even in the Commodore 64 version. I mean, it's in there, the plane level. Batwing level, I should say, but it's a totally different perspective than the Amiga version, where it's behind the back, and this one is like from the side. So it's really low that they would even use this screenshot there. Like, at least make a screenshot of a part that's actually in this game, but whatever. Yeah, over here, I guess. Over here it was Commodore and Atari that were at each other's throat for the home computer market over here, and there was a smaller section that was the MSX because Philips also made some MSX computers, so of course they were fairly popular over here. So, you know, seeing someone actually have Metal Gear at that time wasn't all too rare back then. It wasn't Japan only. I think Metal Gear 2 was, but Metal Gear, the first one, was actually available for the MSX system here as well. And what does this say on the back here for Batman? See if this guy knows this Batman movie, which the Tim Burton Batman movies are still really cool, I find. A bit of a more darker tone of the Caped Crusader there. There's also, speaking of Caped Crusader, there's another Commodore game of Batman, which was, I think, more of a comic panel type of things, or at least the levels played out in a comic-like thing. It was more of an adventure game. I never actually played that, but that one looks really cool. So there's at least two Batman games I know of on the Commodore 64. And I did play this one on my channel before. Let's see, what did it say here? Batman is a shadow in the darkness, as elusive as a dream. High above the seamy streets of Gotham, he is the criminal's nightmare, the only hope for a desperate city. Batman, a legend, has returned. Sounds cool. If I remember correctly, there should be a scene, like a actual picture coming up as well. There we go. Speak of the devil. And yeah, Batman has some good games. I also really love the NES game. Also have a playthrough of that on my channel. Which is an excellent and fun game. Real hard though, real tough, especially the final boss battle against the Joker. That is not an easy battle. I doubt I could still do that. I was a bit better at the games back then, I think, when I did that. Is there anything here? Bruce Wayne, the multi-millionaire head of Wayne Foundation. Is that Wayne Enterprises? I don't remember. Is an unassuming, quiet type of guy. However, when night falls and evil stalks the streets, he sheds his daytime persona and becomes the masked vigilante. Gotham City, TM, Batman. That Gotham City is not in his name, man. Crusading against crime from the rooftops of the sickened city. His objective becomes the elimination of Gus Grissom's criminal empire. In particular, the conquest of Jack Napier, the psychotic second in command. Napier was the most cunning and sadistic force in Gotham. But when an accident befell him, twisting him both physically and mentally, he became the ultimate criminal. The Joker! Trademark. You control the Caped Crusader, trademark, in 5 different scenarios as he is pitted against his malevolent nemesis in the life or death struggles that ensue. The ultimate movie inspires the ultimate game. Play Batman. We shall. Laat me see. I've never actually played the Game Boy version of Batman, so I can't really say. But generally speaking, if it's from Sunsoft, then probably yes. Because the NES one is from Sunsoft. They also made a sequel. Yes. There's actually a couple, I think. I think there's also Return of the Joker on the NES. And there is Batman Returns. I think both. Here we go. And I remember this game bugging out on me quite often, which actually allowed you to get infinite lives, which was the only way why I actually managed to finish this game, because especially the later parts get really difficult. And let's see how far we get. Because this is kind of a maze here. Yeah, there's nothing there. So I might get lost, as per usual. And there is a timer, which is not great. And here we actually are going to get to the point where we actually kind of caused the accident, don't we? And everything basically hurts you. Here I need to... There we go. Use the diagonals, which is a bit finicky with this joystick. Yeah, even those droplets, they hurt. Yeah, throwing out some batarangs here. They really did a good job in... Oh yeah, these dudes suck. Yeah, they take a lot of your life. But I think we need to go this way if I remember correctly. Yeah, it rains indoors here. This chemical plant is quite a mess. It's oh, this is a bad idea. Yeah, we did not need to go here. Well, we did, but there is a way to actually hook yourself when going down as well. But yeah, this place does not meet safety regulations, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's how you want to do it. Again, it's been a real long while since I actually played this game, so I don't know the route per se anymore. Let's try it this way, why don't we? Got me in the back, did ya? No, I think there is... We can... Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Man, I remember the moves, there's no way to actually look downwards, so, you know, it's best to make safe descents like this. And of course I forgot that in the first attempt there where I just jumped down, and it's, generally speaking, not a good idea. Because as you see, you die. Luckily, when it comes to shots and such, you can take quite a few hits. Let's do that. But when it comes to falling damage, you are pretty vulnerable, so you want to be careful with that. I think the steam also hurts you, so you want to be careful with that as well. Basically everything that moves hurts you. This is also one of those games again which... oh crap, this is bad. That took a lot of life. One of those games that has either music or sound effects. Again, you know, when you have the option on Commodore 64, just go with the music. It's pretty good music, this. We're almost dead. And let's be ultra careful. Because you only have 3 lives, and once those are done, it's back to the beginning with you, unless you have the bugged out state which gives you infinite lives. I'm pretty sure there's probably a poke you can use to give you infinite lives. You know, I never bother with pokes. I'm too dumb for that kind of stuff. Is this where we want to go? Oops, I think. Ooh, that was not good. Ooh, and this is pretty bad. Yeah, I think we're dead. Yep. I should not have gone there. Hopefully we are not set back too far. Guess that's the biggest drawback. Like every section of this... Is this safe? I don't know. Might as well try it out. No, we actually need to go upstairs. Awesome. Like every bit of the level, it kind of looks all the same. So, like this, it's kind of hard for me to notice. Like, where are we exactly? Generally speaking, just go to the top right here, right? That's usually how these things go. But yeah, just there I went the wrong way, unfortunately. I've never played this game on any of the other systems, but I'm pretty sure... Oh crap. You also want to be careful when swinging like that. If you hit a wall, you will die quite quickly. That takes a lot of life, so you want to be very careful when swinging that fast. Am I actually going to be safe here? I don't think so. Let's just do it the safe way, I suppose. Or can I? I don't think I can actually. Oh no. Don't bump into the wall. Can you please stop swinging bats? Thank you. We should be able to make it now to the side, right? Man, maybe I should just... I can't make it far enough. Oh no! Yeah, let's go spacebar. Let's give it another go. We should know now where to go, right? Already go the wrong way. Awesome. I mean, the first level, man. The first level we should be able to beat, right? Shouldn't kill us yet. Nope. And I have seen this game on the Amiga version, and in particular, crap. This stage doesn't look as nice to me on the Amiga version. I don't know exactly why. I just prefer the look of the Commodore 64 version. But it does have a better stage in the flying stage and the driving stage, which I find very difficult in this version. Especially the section where you have to cut the balloons with the Batwing. It makes just more sense to see that in 3D. It's very hard to judge that in the in this version. And I don't even remember what the... Oh crap. Catch that straight in the face. What the third level is actually like. Like the third level has like some mastermind kind of crap. And I remember that being super annoying if you do get to that point and then you lose there because you don't get the code fast enough. It's just such a different experience from the rest of the game. And the fifth level is just basically this again. Almost dead, but we're still on our first life, so we're doing pretty good. Would we go upstairs or downstairs here? But I... Got beaten by a water droplet. Awesome. Where are we? Oh, we're all the way back here, huh? Oh, luckily they can't sever the... is that too far? No, it's not. Like you'd think, like if they see bats dangling from a rope, they would think like, let's cut that rope. But unfortunately, for them, they are not that smart. Fortunately for us. that works out to our advantage. I do hear a little thing from Stream Elements, which happened. Something happened, but I'm not sure what, because I don't see that as I look at the game screen. But whatever it was, thank you. Oh no! I think I did that same thing just before. Oh no, I did that with this dude. Yeah, here we go. Rinse and repeat. Yeah, I still need to set up so many things for that stream to work smoothly, and I don't have an idea what the heck I'm doing with this stuff. Today I was trying to look at some chat comments to implement that, and it's just way beyond my comfort level. Like, I have no clue what I'm doing. It doesn't look hard, it's just I don't know where to begin and what's good practices as such, and figuring all that out is kind of hard. But yeah, if you type in exclamation mark Discord, I should eagerly tell you what my Discord server is, which is another thing I have no clue on how to. Oh crap! I did this before, didn't I? Well, who's that? Taking the long road to hell as well. Dang it. Now we go over here, I guess. But yeah, that's another thing I just need to figure out, like how to actually work Discord, how to do that kind of thing. It was someone has set it up for me, but I haven't done anything with it, and he set it up like a really long time ago, so you know, I need to actually take a proper look at that as well at some point. There we go, that's better. Would just be fun, you know, and make me look all professional like. What? Excuse me? Not sure why it let go there, but oh well. It didn't cost us that much damage, so that's good. We're on our final life here again, so we need to be very careful. I used to know this, like, route pretty well, but yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Was this safe? Looks like there's something there to latch onto, but apparently not. Is this now safe to land? Yeah. That must be like the maximum height, or just about. Oh, there's Napier here. There we go. Nice little cutscene. Sploosh. And he beat the Joker now. Press spacebar to note the name. Yeah, okay. And this is usually where I ended up dying, and this is kind of the annoying thing, because if you die at the next section, you need to load in the first section again, which is super awkward. I never liked when they did that. You know, that is definitely a part where the disc experience is way better than the cassette versions. Cassette games work perfectly fine with smaller games like Spy Hunter, for example, we had before, or Crackdown. No problem there. But when you get to these multifaceted games, it becomes a bit problematic. Where'd Khaliso go? He's gone. Did the thing actually work? Oh wait, the thank you Laudmazine for actually testing it out. It actually worked in the chat, huh? Awesome. Because it that's also another thing. Like, you set things up and you can't test it because you can only test those things when you are live. So, you know, that makes it a bit of a pain. Like, am I doing things right or not? Yeah, but I'm really noticing as I go through these games, I'm really noticing a trend that there's very few games where you have to load these games in multiple steps. Um, that I, you know, tend to have left those more unplayed. I've really steered more towards the games that were fairly quick to load and just you load them once and then you're done. This is one of the exceptions where I like this game so much that I actually played it more. But it's also, you know, one of those games that I know that bugged out at me on me occasionally, that it was no problem at all because you just had infinite lives at some points. I'm not sure what caused it, but it was awesome. um, and I have another like game here in reserve, the Hunt for the Red October, and that game is just a pain to play because I never got far in it, but every time you die, you have to reload, and it's just you really get fed up with it real fast. Yeah, I don't have any C64 cards actually because they are so. First of all, you know they are kind of hard to find in general. There's not too many of them out there compared to cassettes or discs, and if you do find them, they do tend to ask a pretty penny. So I don't have any of those. I only have the ultimate card, you know, to load in to make use of the fast loader for the SD. Anyway, let's play this one, and we need to go. Oh wait, that was wrong. I thought you could go faster, couldn't you? Go in here. Basically, you just need to follow the arrow and not bump into the cars because it's there's a lot of Sunday drivers in Gotham apparently. And I missed return. I didn't press it in time. Oh, you can go back, which makes it even worse. Okay, and then it went twice. Awesome. Yeah, this is not going well. And we only have one try too. And I remember this part actually, where the first part you get plenty of time to go through it, at least in this version. I remember this part being a bit harder on the time crunch. And I can get through it eventually, I just always need a few tries. No, don't need to go there yet. Excuse me? There we go. And yeah, we did, and game over. Press space to reload. And I think rewind tape to beginning of side B. See, this is what I hate about these tapes, where you just have to reload one try, and that's all you get, and you get to retry it again, and that's just such a bother with these tape games. So you know, let's just move on to the next one, and it's not generally, most of the time the loading times are fairly short in these things. You know, it's not like you need to load in the entire game again, just the level, which is considerably shorter, but still it's real annoying. And you just, yeah, we had one game that asked us to do that, but I never got far enough to actually make use of that. So that's another advantage of just sucking at the games, I suppose. But yeah, it was terrible, especially if you. I do have some tapes which have like you know, where you have to first load in the turbo loader. I think I have ABC Turbo, and then you put in your totally legit game cassette with some turbo games on there, and then it's really handy to have a little list with all the games at specific um, time marks. And of course, being me, I have lost those time marks, so you know I have no clue what's on those tapes anymore. So that's going to be fun to discover at some point as well. Next game is Ghostbusters 2. Yeah, and this is the right tape. I remember this game also never being an issue with having to load different levels, because I think I got past the first stage once. Uh, it's kind of a shame that they didn't put in the first Ghostbusters game, which is arguably like much better. Well, there's actually not much arguing about it. It is the better game. Let's be honest. Of course, it's a game that, just a moment as I close the door, as Griso has like Griso, this is his size, but whenever he goes through the door, it's like open all the way, just because, you know, cats be cats. Yeah, they took out all of the management things in Ghostbusters 2, and it's the first level. Like, I do give them that. Like, they have some variety in the different levels, but the first level is so difficult. I never got past it. You have to descend into the sewers, you know, to get to the River of Slime. It's nice how it follows the movie as well in that regard. But it is so difficult because you have to avoid all the crap, and it's yeah, I never got far. I think I managed to do it once. I don't even remember what the second level is like. Kinda. And yeah, the first game is really cool. I don't own it myself, but I did play it at at a friend's house. Um, and yeah, that was just a much better game. Just the management thing. It made you feel more like, you know, operating the Ghostbusters. Um, but of course, that game also got a bad rap because a certain reviewer did a angry review on that at some point, and then everyone thinks that every version of that game is total crap. Which is definitely not the case. Commodore 64 version is awesome. The Ghostbusters 2 on the NES is pretty bad though. That game is terrible. Wow, that loaded really fast. That first level, or is this just the intro scene? That's also, of course, a possibility. Nice rendition of the theme here. I mean, Sid Chip is just amazing, isn't it? Another movie I haven't seen in ages. I really need to get into these old classics, I think. Are we playing right away? Nope, we are not. What does the back of the box actually say? This game doesn't have the Ocean loader tune. That's unfortunate. Would be nice to have like actual the Ghostbusters tune in the during the actual loading. That would be awesome. Or just the Ocean loader in general. You know, it's cool. It's cool. They're back. Weird things happen. The slime is on the rise. The Titanic has arrived, and after 300 years, Vigo the what's his name? Vigo the Carpathian. Am I saying that right? As I said, I haven't seen the movie in ages. Won't stay dead. Who you gonna call? Get your bustin' business back on its feet. Hit the streets in your ectomobile. Go underground to discover a river of slime and rise above it all with the Statue of Liberty, all to turn evil to good and defeat Vigo at the Museum of Art. Action, adventure, strategy, challenges, and great laughs. Ghostbusters 2. Ooh, nice timing. I think there is actually a shooter section with the Statue of Liberty in the game. It's pretty cool. I do remember that from the movie where they steer the Statue of Liberty with a NES Advantage controller. Pretty cool. We're doing the story here. Yeah, we might as well let it run. Some nice little scenes there at top as well. Pretty cool. Cool. Oops. Knocked the microphone there. Sorry about that. Man, I can't believe how far behind YouTube is. It's just nuts. Oh well, it is what it is. Anyway, let's go. Do we need more loading? Of course we need more loading. Damn it! Here I go, grabbing my controller or joystick, being all ready to go. And then nothing happens. Awesome. I hear a thing again. What's that? Not in time. Man, I really need to set it up better that I can actually have that go through my ear as well. Where's Ghostbusters? Let's see if there's a little blurb in the manual thing as well. It's one of those folded maps kind of deals here. I keep wanting to... I keep going for like I see something black to actually read. I need my phone to actually enlarge the text, and I see something black on my table, so I keep grabbing for a cassette tape, which I think it doesn't work as well. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Yeah, Twitch. I don't know why, but for some reason Twitch is just much faster. It has much less latency, even though YouTube is set to ultra low latency. Also, kind of have to celebrate. There's 25 followers on Twitch. Well, 26 now, I suppose, or 27, depending on what happened previously. Although to be fair, I think half of those are bots. Yeah, but I'm such a chaotic a chaotic entity. I don't need to make these tapes get lost in the shuffle as well, because I already lost that one tape, remember? The Ghostbusters 2 games, they actually speak in plural, involve 3 main sequences from the film. Watching the film will aid you in unraveling some of the puzzles. There's puzzles? I don't know, man. This is the first game where that I know of that literally says, you know, watch the movie to actually understand everything that's going on. We couldn't be bothered to put everything in play. I don't remember there being puzzles. You must guide the Ghostbuster to the bottom of the air shaft in order to collect some samples of the slime. The air shaft, it's a well, right? Swing left and right to collect items from the side of the shaft, making the Ghostbusters' feet touch an item to pick them up. When a ghost touches the Ghostbuster, he will lose courage. This is shown on the indicator on the bottom right of the screen. Courage can be restored by collecting bottles of elixir from the sides of the shaft. When the face in the courage indicator looks terrified and the bar next to it is at its lowest point, then the Ghostbuster will fall from the cable. Well, just gets us to the bottom faster, doesn't it? There are 3 weapons available to the Ghostbuster, and these can be selected by pressing the spacebar to cycle through them. Photon Beam, PKR Bomb, and PKR Shield. Oh, we are here. There's no even a scene like ready to go. We're just going. Okay, so oh boy, this is sensitive. I thought I was also. Whoa. There's a bottle there. This kind of reminds me of the stage from like what's it called? Battletoads? Oh man. Yeah, don't do that. Man. You're a you're a worthless slime ball. Thank you. Is this another one where after your 2 tries you set an item? You get to reload again. Can you please stop gnawing at the... I can't actually get rid of him like this. I was just about to press the space button for a different weapon there. Right, we need that one to get rid of those dudes, I guess. How do you actually turn around? There we go. You need to keep the button pressed down. And then move to actually turn around. It's kind of annoying, but it works, I suppose. Go that way, that way. Ugh. No! Wow, when you're stuck in them, it's hard to let go. You know, well, I guess it makes sense. They are hands, so they grab you. Rewind tape, press play, then press 5. Are you kidding me? Oh crap, I didn't rewind. So I wonder what it's doing now. Will it actually load the second level now? That might be a thing where just... It's pretty long. I remember that much. I'm pretty sure I've done it once back in the day, but it's so difficult. It's just so fiddly. You go all over the place real quickly, and it's very hard to like stabilize yourself again in the center. Maybe the shield is actually the better option, but yeah, this is one of those games where you actually want to switch quickly through the weapons, and that makes it a bit difficult. So, you know, more of those games where it would be very beneficial to have the Commodore 64 on the floor, where you can easily access the space button with your feet. Or, you know, this is also like emulation is it's really advantage, because you can use a controller and just map the spacebar to another button. That would make things so much easier. And yeah, this is below New York, but you know, the sewers of New York, I think that's pretty terrifying what you might find in there. I think this loading screen is going nowhere, because it's going in circles. It's not changing color like before. So I don't think it will actually turn out great here. But let's see what happens. If it doesn't work, we will just skip on to the next game, because we are running kind of late anyway. So, you know, it will be good to initiate the final game soon anyway. And there goes the door again. Lisa decides to go out again. Not sure if you can hear him, but he's having a complaining time about the lack of treats, no doubt. Yeah, didn't think I would like this beer, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, I think this one stuck here. Let's go for the final game of the lot. Which is Indiana Jones. And the subtitle, Lost Crusade? What was it? Another movie I haven't seen in ages. Excuse me. There we go. Yeah, The Lost Crusade. Love the Indiana Jones movies. I mean, even everyone is hating on the fourth one, which had some logical holes, to say the least. But whatever, I still enjoyed it. It's just good movie fun, I think. But yeah, it doesn't hold a candle to the first three. That's for sure. That's for sure. I think I actually enjoyed the second one, Temple of Doom, the most when it comes to the movies. But again, I haven't seen any of them in ages, so I just need to check them out once more. Just a moment. There we go, because as soon as the door opens, you feel all the chills coming in. I remember this game also being really, really tough. Never got, I think I never got past the first stage in this one either. Also has quite a few versions out there. I never knew, but I recently saw that there's even a version on the NES, which for some reason came out after the Genesis version. I think like even a couple of years. I never knew that even existed because it's a very late NES release as well. But yeah, this is out on a bunch of systems. But this is the only one I actually have any experience with. The chase is on, all the way to the greatest treasure in history, the Holy Grail. Have you got what it takes to tackle the 4 ambitious, action-packed levels? Probably not. I didn't even know there were 4 different levels. This is actually, as I said, I never got past the first level, I think. So is this like the Batman thing, where it's actually having different kind of levels as you play through the game? Also good to notice that there's actually 2 kinds of games for The Last Crusade. There is this one, the action game. There is also the adventure game, which I think is from LucasArts. It's a game that I never played, but I hear it's pretty good. I did play the sequel, Fate of Atlantis, I think it's called, which I really enjoyed. But I never played the first one, The Last Crusade. So I need to. I'm not sure if does it have a talkie version. I don't know. I know there is a VGA version of that, but I'm not sure if that has a talkie version. Probably it does. But yeah, that's probably something that I would like to check out at some point. Those old Lucas adventure games are really cool. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is an exciting multi-level game in which you control Indy in his search for various artifacts. There is an important artifact on each level. The objective of the game is to find your way through each level and collect the artifact. Once the artifact is collected, then you need to find your way to the end of the level. Each level presents a different challenge and tasks. On level 1, you need to collect the cross of Coronado? I don't know what it is. But remember to collect the torches or it will get dark and difficult to see your way around the caves. Once you have the cross, you need to escape over the top of the train. Level 2 takes you deep within the catacombs. When the catacombs were built, secret archways were constructed to hinder false searchers. Presented with 6 arches, the true searcher finds the correct arch and continues on his search. The false searcher, unable to choose the right arch, is doomed to wander the catacombs in vain, unable to find the Crusader's shield that lies there. When beginning... Oh, what's this? 0 tape counter and press fire. Ah, yeah, here we go. Don't worry. When beginning this level, you will see the arches, and above each arch is a coded hieroglyphic. These change daily and the date is shown above the arches. To find the correct arch, look up the date on the grid shown on the back page of the Byzantine Crusader and enter. Okay, so there's copy protection. Whatever. Level 3 and the game moves on to the airship. Search for the Grail Diary that Indy's father has lost here. Okay, we are never going to get that far anyway, so we might as well just start on level 1. And I need to close the door again. We need to install a cat little door there in the door. My goodness. Press 5 to start. Let's go. How does this go again? Okay. Oh no! That wasn't good. Some torches. That's good. I seem to remember that his iconic whip is somewhere out. There it is. Which makes combat a bit more feasible. Oh wow. That's why I never got far. They shoot you dead. And you can't use the whip whilst ducked down, so that's annoying. There we go. Whipped him good. Can you jump off the ropes? Yes, you can. Oh no! Are you kidding me? Come on. It's a bit unfair there. Alright, there we go. And I jumped too high again. We're almost out of lives again with the shooting in the back. No! Man, that is so unfair. Let's just keep ducking. No, you're not gonna shoot? Okay, sure, buddy. I mean, it does control really well. You need to get you need to get used to the Oh crap. Like how high you actually jump. But the controls, it does seem to control pretty well. I did not intend to jump there. Yeah, you shoot the air, man. Let's get to the bottom of the rope, I guess. Yeah, there we go. There we go. See, it's not that hard, as long as you know how to do. Of course I didn't know what to do. So note to self, you can also get too low on the rope. Ah, damn it. Should have seen that one coming. Yeah, I'm not falling for that one again. Still find it really mean that they even start you out like in the line of fire like that. And jumping does tend to help. Oh crap. And this is one of those games where you jump by going, by pressing up. What hit me there? So that can be a bit finicky. But it seems to work decently okay here. At least. I'm mostly blaming my own skill and being impatient there. Oh crap, yeah, I walked straight into that one. I wonder if there's also a way to replenish life. I don't know. Again, this is one of those games I never really got far in. But as I'm playing it now, I'm kind of wondering why not, because it does seem to play decently fine. It's kind of weird. This is the one game here where we couldn't select music or sound effects. Kind of a shame, because now we're, you know, hearing that silent experience on the Commodore 64 when you have no music. It makes such a difference. Damn it! Having sit music or not, doesn't it? Everyone prefers to sit. And when it's not there, it's so apparent. It's getting real dark here soon. And what was that thing that went up there? Can we get on the rope, Indy? No. Dang it. Again. Diagonals. Diagonals are always an issue for me. Oh crap. Please tell me that... Oh. Man, those checkpoints. Ooh, that was close. Those stalactites, they can be a bit mean. There we go. And man, you have, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, look at that. There's no room to react to that. As soon as he's on the screen, you're pretty much already dead. So probably the best thing to do there is wait. Oh, 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 double hit me. Why don't you? Like it's pretty clear, like with each try you do get better at it. So it is something you can improve in. It's not complete bullcrap what they throw at you. You just have to get used to how to actually play this. So let's wait for the thing to actually come here. And let's also try if we can actually whip it. And let's also leave the torch there. Oh, what? Okay, so if it gets completely dark, you also lose a life. The game is pretty brutal. Dang. This is one of those games. Look, it is doable if you take your time and not run through it like a madman, or attempt to. Ooh, that was close. Oh man, I did not want to do that. Hey there, Mr. Grimm. Welcome back. Let's see if we can bait this guy out a bit more. You on Twitch right now? I can't kill him, but okay, let's see. Dang it, like there is no way to react to that. There is just the moment that they pop on screen and you go up, you dead. Is that your account you also stream your Final Fantasy escapades on? Good night, Lamazine. Great to have you, and see you next time, man. And great, so then I will give that account a follow after this stream is done as well. Now, you know, I'm depending on the time zone, it might not be that I'm always there, but I'll try to catch it at some point. I'm not the best Twitch user, I'm afraid. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. I'm not very good at this game. Big surprise. But yeah, I was. This was actually the last game we were playing for today. Nice and clean. So I am actually going to close it off in general here and give Grizo his milk. Because that's what he wants, and yeah, not sure why I actually put off the earphones, but my ears were a bit hurting, and the earphones there. But yeah, let's fetch Frizo his milk, huh? So he'll be a nice kitty here. And now we're going to take. Oh, look who's awake! Look who's awake! Yeah, you're getting some milk, man. You're getting some milk. been waiting for this all day long, haven't you? There you go. Always a fun way to end the stream on with, you know, pets need some attention too. And yeah, now I can't hear what everyone's saying, but yeah, thank you so much once again for joining us, good job, man. Always great to see you all. C64. Yeah, really thank you, the Hobby Lots. Great to have you along in exploring these Commodore 64 games. I'm sorry I don't have the His Squad games for you, but maybe those Kicks games at some point once you're done with that one. And we will show the Kicks games at some point. And yeah, Mr. Grimm, I try to do my best with being generous. You know, we do what we can. And I just always am interested in seeing what other people are doing. So I'm always very curious to figure out who's watching, and I always tend to check out the content. And I do remember you did those Hexen LPs, and they were quite enjoyable. So great to know that you still are putting out content there as well through the streams. And yeah, I'm just never really understood streaming until I actually started doing it myself. But it's quite awesome, quite great to do. Anyway, I am going to pull this off and get some rest in, and hopefully have another night of good sleep. Probably not, knowing my record. It's probably going to be a terrible night this time, but we'll see. On Wednesday we will continue on with the 11th hour. Hopefully I can fit in some more days during doing more of those actually game throughs, where I play through the games. But yeah, Wednesday 11th hour. Going to be interesting to see how I will slam my hand against another wall by running into some puzzles I cannot figure out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Very glad to have you guys along, and that makes it all the more worth it and interesting to actually go over these games. And yeah, the Hobby Lodge, I will be sure to keep these Kicks games saved up for you for once you do decide to go for that collection next. Knowing my record, I'm probably very slow in actually getting rid of these games anyway, but we'll see what will happen. Anyway, once again, for now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in another video soon. Mine, yours, wherever. Until then time, take care, and bye bye for now. The muzzle.